Hi, it's Miss Jo.
And it's Miss Vic.
Coming at you from the counseling office at Athena. We are here to talk a little bit about our Pink Shirt Day 2022 and what that means and why we have a Pink Shirt Day. So the purpose of Pink Shirt Day, it's an anti-bullying day to talk about how we can be kinder to each other and how we can be better friends, and how we can also stand up and support other people if we see somebody treating them poorly, or how we can hope that our friends would stand up for us if they see other people treating us poorly. So bullying is something that happens when you have somebody who is treating someone or other people in a really unkind way, and it's not something that we support here at Athena at all. We do not want to see anybody treating other people poorly. But sometimes it does happen. And one of the things that often happens when somebody is bullying is that other people see it. Other kids might see it, but they don't really know how to stop it. So today we're going to read a book called Willow Finds a Way. And in this book, we're going to talk about a little girl named Willow who runs into this problem. And we're going to see what it is that she does to help herself deal with the bullying that she sees happening and the difficult feelings that she has when she sees it happening and wants to stop it but doesn't really know how. All right, so it's Willow Finds a Way by Lana Button and illustrated by Tanya Howells. In Willow's class, Christabel was the boss. Willow wished for words that would say no when Christabel told her where to sit and what to play and who to play with. But when Christabel spoke, everyone did as they were told, even Willow. Do you think Christabel's the teacher?
No, I don't think so.
She looks like she might be another kid. Is another kid in your class the boss in your class?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think another kid in your class is supposed to be the boss. One morning, Christabel skipped into the classroom holding a pink sparkly paper. I am having a fantastic birthday party, she announced. You can come, she said, holding the paper high, if you are on my birthday list. Willow joined the crowd around Christabel. She saw Jane, Tiana, Julian. Her heart thumped so loudly, Willow was sure the whole class could hear it beating. Please let my name be on there, she thought. Mateo, Lena, Olivia, Juan. When her eyes reached the bottom of the list, she was almost too scared to look. But then she read the last name on the pink sparkly paper, and she beamed. Willow. Everyone was invited. That's pretty kind to invite everybody to your party.
It is.
It feels bad when you feel like if everybody else was invited and you weren't, then you feel kind of left out.
And then you can all have fun.
Yeah. At snack time, Christabel waved the birthday list in the air and she said, if you want to stay on my birthday list, come sit at my table. Willow was comfortable where she was. But then Julian moved, and so did Jane. Willow worried she wouldn't be part of the fantastic birthday party, so she squished in as well. Do they look very comfortable at that table, squished in like that?
No, they don't.
They don't.
They look all squished.
Yeah,
Like you
who do
said.
you think should decide where they sit?
Probably them, wherever they want to
Yeah.
sit.
Or maybe the teacher. If the teacher has a seating plan, then you might have to sit in a certain place. But another student shouldn't be telling you where you should sit.
No.
At playtime, Willow and Jane were busy in the sandbox when Christabel waved the birthday list list again and said, "Everyone on my birthday list, come play with me on the climber." Willow was happy playing in the sand, but then Jane rushed right over top of their castle calling, "Let's go, Willow." Willow worried that she wouldn't be part of the fantastic birthday party. So she stood at the climber with everyone else and clapped for Christabel. Who should decide what you play at recess time? What do you think?
You should decide. Yeah.
Or you decide together with your friends and you take turns deciding. But I don't think they're taking turns. Christabel seems to think that she gets to decide. At the end of the day, Christabel walked straight to the front of the line, holding tight to her birthday list. Mateo took a brave step ahead of her and smiled. "Remember, Christabel? Mrs. Post said it's my turn to be line leader." "But Mateo," Christabel said in an angry whisper that was just loud enough that Miss Post wouldn't hear, "I am having a fantastic birthday party, so I should be line leader." Mateo stood firmly in his spot. "Sorry, Christabel, I really want my turn." "Fine," said Christabel, stamping her foot. "You are not my friend anymore. And..." Uh-oh. Is this a good choice for Christabel? I don't think she's being very kind.
I think so.
"You can't come to my party." Everyone watched as Christabel held up the birthday list and drew a line straight through Mateo's name. Mateo's lips trembled. Willow took a deep breath to say, "That's not nice, Christabel." But nothing came out. Oh, I wonder why she wasn't able to say what she wanted to say. What do you think?
She might have been nervous.
Maybe she was a little afraid.
Mm-hmm.
"Wear pink tomorrow," Christabel called as everyone went out the door. "Pink is my favorite color, so wear pink if you want to come to my fantastic birthday party." You should decide what to wear.
You should get to decide.
Yeah, maybe you and your parents. I mean, if you wanted to wear pink, that's okay. We're wearing pink because it's Pink Shirt Day. But that was our decision. Nobody told me I had to wear pink. The next morning, as she got ready for school, Willow searched for words to say to Christabel. But her head swirled with visions of parties and pink sparkly lists, and a line drawn straight through her name. So instead, Willow searched her drawers for pink things to wear.
Wow.
She's thinking about it, and it's going through her mind a lot. Even when she's not at school, she's worried about what Christabel's going to think. At snack time, Willow trailed behind the crowd to Christabel's table. "Oh, Willow, I love your dress," Christabel said sweetly. Willow was relieved. Then Christabel turned to Julian. "Where's your pink?" she asked. "I don't like pink," said Julian. Christabel got out her marker and drew a line through Julian's name. "You can't come to my birthday party," she said. Julian grabbed his snack and stomped over to the table where Mateo was sitting alone. Jane looked down at the floor. Tiana fidgeted in her seat. Willow struggled to say, "Christabel, that's mean!" But the words just wouldn't come out. It's really hard when you want to say something, but you're afraid to say it. It takes a lot of courage to stand up. Again, Willow's head swirled with visions of parties and pink sparkly lists, and a line drawn straight through her name. Then Willow knew just what to do. You know, Christabel is having a lot of power over Willow here, because even when she's not talking to her or saying mean things to her,
she's thinking about it.
She's thinking about it. She's taking over her thoughts and her brain power when she doesn't really seem to want that to be the case.
No.
Without saying a word, she picked up Christabel's birthday list and a marker. What's she gonna do? She drew a line straight through her own name. The whole class gasped. And at first, no one moved. But then Jane walked over and slowly took the birthday list from Willow's hands. One by one, everyone crossed their name off Christabel's birthday list. Just like that, Christabel wasn't the boss of anyone. Except maybe herself. I think she's still her own boss. So Christabel sat all by herself at snack time. Willow was happy to be in her regular spot, but she noticed that Christabel didn't eat a thing. How does Christabel look like she feels?
She looks like she's very sad.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. Let's show our students. Christabel's sitting at the table by herself, and she does not look very happy. Oh dear. At playtime, Willow tried to concentrate on her sandcastle, but she could see Christabel all alone on the climber. Christabel did some pretty impressive tricks, but no one clapped. She's not looking very happy. She looks pretty lonely, I think. At the end of the day, everyone rushed into line. So Christabel had to go to the very end. Jane saved a spot for Willow right in the middle, but Willow went to the back of the line instead to stand with Christabel. Wow, that was pretty nice. At first, Christabel was surprised, but then she looked down at the floor. "I'm sorry," she said in a voice that was just loud enough for Willow to hear. Before Willow could say a word, Christabel marched right over to Mrs. Post. Everyone watched uneasily as Christabel whispered in her ear. "Oh my," Mrs. Post said as Christabel pointed to the line of children. I think maybe Mrs. Post had no idea what was happening there. Sometimes that happens when the adults don't know. And then they can't help. Said Mrs. Post when Christabel was finished. Mrs. Post addressed the class with her hands on her hips. Children, everyone held their breath. Christabel would like to make an announcement. "My birthday party will be fantastic," Christabel said, holding the birthday list up high. And then, to everyone's surprise, she ripped it into pink, sparkly pieces. "If all of my friends will come, please." Wow, that must have been really hard for her to do. And they did, and everyone had a wonderful time. That was a really nice book.
That was a really nice book.
Yeah, and that was kind of about bullying because, in the book, Christabel had a lot of power over the other kids and was able to make other kids do things that she wanted. And then the kids weren't thinking for themselves. They were doing what Christabel wanted. And that's not good for Christabel, and it's not good for the other kids. So the important thing that we saw with Willow was she found it really, really hard to speak up. And in the beginning, she was kind of what we call a bystander. And a bystander is a person who sees the bullying happening, but they feel like they can't do anything about it because they're either afraid of what the bully will do to them, what the person who's doing the bullying will say or do to them, or they're afraid what people will think, or they're afraid of getting somebody in trouble. But the trouble isn't what happens when the adult finds out. The trouble is the thing that's happening, the bullying. Yes. That's the trouble. Yeah. And it can't be fixed if the adults don't know about it. So if you ever see anybody who's being treated unkindly, stand up for them. And if you feel like you can't stand up for them yourself, then you can always go to a safe adult and ask your safe adults, like a teacher or a school counselor or a youth worker, and they will be able to help you, and they'll be able to be a voice when you feel like you can't say that important thing. All right, my friends, so we would like to say thank you for joining us for this reading of Willow Finds a Way, and we hope that you have a lovely rest of your day and that you're able to think about these things. If you see somebody being unkind to somebody else, that you're able to think back to this book and be like Willow in the end and stand up and not just say nothing because it's hard to do. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you again. Bye-bye.